Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Deep Lynx, the podcast where we dive into the deepest, most intense stories from gaming, pop culture, and beyond. It's your boy, and today, we've got something special lined up for you. We're going to dig deep into one of the most compelling villains from the Call of Duty universe, Gabriel Rorke from Call of Duty, Ghosts. Now, if you've played Ghosts, you know that Rorke isn't your typical antagonist. His story is intense, emotional, and full of twists, and I'm going to take you through his journey from being a respected soldier to becoming the most dangerous enemy the Ghosts have ever faced. So grab your snacks, sit back, and let's dive right into Rorke's insane story. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. Rorke's story in Call of Duty, Ghosts is a deep and twisted narrative that provides the backbone for much of the game's action. Set in a world where the United States has suffered a catastrophic blow to its infrastructure, Gabriel Rorke stands as one of the most dangerous and memorable villains in the Call of Duty franchise. His fall from being a hero to a villain is a key part of the story, and his personal vendetta against the Ghosts, the elite special forces team the player controls, drives much of the game's plot. Let's dive deep into Rorke's character, exploring his background, transformation into a villain, motivations, and the impact he has on the Ghosts. 1. Rorke's background, a ghost-turned-enemy. Gabriel Rorke was not always the villain of Call of Duty, Ghosts. In fact, he was originally one of the most respected and talented members of the Ghosts, an elite special operations force within the U.S. military. Known for his incredible leadership, tactical mind, and combat skills, Rorke quickly became a pivotal figure in the Ghosts. He was admired by his comrades, especially Elias Walker, who serves as the father figure to the game's protagonists, Logan and Hesh Walker. Rorke and Elias were not just comrades, they were close friends, and their bond was forged through years of missions together. In the beginning, Rorke was an American hero. He had the respect of his fellow soldiers, and his reputation as an effective leader was unmatched. However, everything changed after one mission in particular, a mission that would alter the course of his life forever. 2. The turning point, Operation in Caracas. The pivotal moment in Rorke's transformation from hero to villain occurs during an operation in Caracas, Venezuela. This mission is central to the story of Call of Duty, Ghosts, and provides the background for Rorke's shift in allegiance. After a devastating attack on the United States by a South American Federation, a coalition of South American countries, the Ghosts are tasked with hunting down the Federation's top commander, General Diego Almagro. The Federation, led by Almagro, had become a major threat to the United States, and eliminating him was a top priority for the Ghosts. Rorke, as the leader of the Ghosts, led the mission to Caracas to neutralize Almagro and strike a decisive blow against the Federation. During the mission, the Ghosts managed to eliminate Almagro, but the extraction process went horribly wrong. Their transport was shot down, and the team found themselves stranded deep in hostile territory. While trying to escape, Rorke was injured, and the situation became increasingly dire. In an incredibly intense moment, the Ghosts were forced to make a hard decision. In order to survive, Elias, who had become the new leader of the Ghosts, was forced to leave Rorke behind to save the rest of the team. It was a decision that would haunt Elias for years, and it is this betrayal that becomes the seed of Rorke's hatred. 3. Rorke's capture and brainwashing by the Federation. The Federation, recognizing Rorke's skill and leadership, captured him after the Ghosts left him behind in Caracas. Instead of executing him, the Federation saw an opportunity. They sought to turn Rorke into their weapon. Rorke was subjected to intense psychological torture and brainwashing, breaking him down mentally and physically. This brainwashing was part of a Federation project aimed at creating their own version of the Ghosts, elite soldiers capable of fighting and defeating the U.S. military's best. Under the brutal influence of the Federation, Rorke's sense of loyalty to the United States was shattered. His identity as a Ghost, a patriot, and a soldier was twisted into something far darker. The once heroic leader became consumed by hatred, not just for the Federation, but especially for the Ghosts who abandoned him, and for Elias, who made the call to leave him behind. Rorke was transformed into a weapon of the Federation, a relentless killer who would stop at nothing to destroy the Ghosts. His mind, now twisted, became focused on one goal, the total annihilation of the team he once led. 4. Rorke's vendetta against the Ghosts. Rorke's transformation from a hero to a villain sets the stage for his personal vendetta against the Ghosts. While the Federation wages war against the United States, Rorke's personal mission is clear: hunt down and destroy the ghosts, one by one, until nothing remains of the team that left him for dead. One of the core elements of Rorke's vendetta is his deep hatred for Elias Walker, the man who was once his friend and who made the decision to abandon him. Rorke's hatred for Elias is palpable throughout the story, and he takes great pleasure in tormenting Elias and his sons, Logan and Hesh, who are the main protagonists of Call of Duty: Ghosts. Rorke becomes a ghost hunter, tracking down members of the Ghosts with ruthless efficiency. His knowledge of the team's tactics and operations makes him a formidable adversary. He knows how the Ghosts operate, how they think, and how to outmaneuver them. This makes him an incredibly dangerous enemy, and the Ghosts are constantly on the defensive, trying to stay one step ahead of their former leader. Rorke's personal vendetta is not just about revenge, it's about completely erasing the legacy of the Ghosts. He doesn't just want to kill them, he wants to destroy everything they stand for, and he wants to make them suffer in the process. 5. Rorke's tactics and psychological warfare. Throughout the campaign of Call of Duty: Ghosts, Rorke employs a mix of brute force, tactical genius, and psychological warfare to attack the Ghosts. He doesn't simply engage them in straightforward combat. Instead, he goes out of his way to torment them psychologically, using their relationships and emotions against them. One of the most significant moments of psychological warfare occurs when Rorke captures Elias and forces Logan and Hesh to watch as he executes their father in cold blood. This moment is devastating for the brothers, as they witness the man who raised them and led the Ghosts die at the hands of someone who was once considered family. Rorke taunts the brothers, telling them that they will suffer just as he did, and he relishes in their pain. His ability to manipulate and torture his enemies mentally is just as dangerous as his physical combat abilities. The execution of Elias is not just about killing a leader, it's about breaking the spirit of the Ghosts, and specifically, Logan and Hesh. 6. The final confrontation: Rorke's endgame. The culmination of Rorke's story leads to a final confrontation between him, Logan, and Hesh. After a series of intense battles, the Ghosts finally manage to track Rorke down and engage him in a climactic showdown aboard a moving train. The battle is brutal and personal. Rorke, fueled by his hatred for the Ghosts, fights with everything he has. Logan and Hesh are driven by their desire for revenge for their father's death, and the intensity of the fight reflects the deep emotional stakes for all involved. In the end, Rorke is seemingly defeated when Logan shoots him, sending both Rorke and Logan crashing into the water below. However, the game leaves Rorke's fate ambiguous, as the post-credits scene shows that he survives the encounter. In the final moments of the game, Rorke captures Logan, setting up a potential continuation of his story and leaving players with the chilling possibility that Rorke's vendetta against the Ghosts is far from over. 7. Rorke's character: a tragic villain. One of the most compelling aspects of Rorke's character is the tragic nature of his fall. Rorke was not always the ruthless villain we see in Call of Duty: Ghosts. He was once a hero, a leader, and a friend. His descent into villainy is the result of a series of traumatic events, from being abandoned by his team to being brainwashed by the Federation. Rorke's story is one of betrayal, loss, and revenge. He is a villain who is deeply motivated by personal pain, and this makes him one of the most human antagonists in the Call of Duty franchise. His hatred for the Ghosts is not born out of a desire for power or conquest, but from a deeply personal sense of betrayal. This makes him a formidable and dangerous adversary, but also one who is tragically broken. 8. Rorke's legacy: the impact on the Ghosts. Rorke's actions leave a lasting impact on the Ghosts. The death of Elias and the psychological torment inflicted on Logan and Hesh haunt them throughout the game, and Rorke's vendetta threatens to tear apart the very fabric of the Ghosts. Even after his supposed defeat, the threat of Rorke looms large, as his survival at the end of the game suggests that the Ghosts may never truly be free of his vengeance. Rorke's legacy is one of destruction. He doesn't just kill his enemies, he breaks them, mentally and emotionally. His knowledge of the Ghosts' tactics and his ability to manipulate their emotions make him one of the most dangerous villains in the Call of Duty series. Conclusion: the duality of Gabriel Rorke. Gabriel Rorke is one of the most complex and compelling villains in the Call of Duty franchise. His story is one of tragedy, betrayal, and revenge, making him more than just a one-dimensional antagonist. His personal vendetta against the ghosts, driven by the pain of his past, makes him a relentless and dangerous enemy. Yet, at the same time, his character is a tragic one. He was once a hero, and his fall from grace is a central theme of the game. Rorke's transformation from a respected leader to a villain is a testament to the psychological toll of war and betrayal. His story adds depth to the narrative of Call of Duty, Ghosts, and his presence as an antagonist drives much of the emotional weight of the game. While Call of Duty, Ghosts leaves Rorke's fate uncertain, his legacy is clear. He is a character defined by his tragic fall, his personal vendetta, and his unrelenting desire for revenge. Whether or not his story continues in future installments, Rorke's impact on the ghosts and on the players who experience his story will not be easily forgotten. And that's the story of Gabriel Rorke, one of the most complex and tragic villains in the Call of Duty series. What do you think? Did the ghosts do the right thing leaving him behind, or was Rorke's transformation into a villain inevitable? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Rorke's story, make sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button for more content just like this. We've got plenty more coming on Call of Duty, gaming, and much more, so stay tuned. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you never miss an episode. This is Your Name, signing off from Deep Lynx. Catch you next time.